Hi, this is Musa, continuing my Slav defense series on opening and middle game problems for black. I would like to continue bringing you a game of A.R Salem from UAE against Erik Blomqvist. This was played in Gibraltar in 2015, and this is the position we're looking after. Knight b d7, knight takes c4, not taking the knight on d7. We have seen this in many games, many old games, such as Nimzovic versus Samic. Queen c7 was the move. What about knight b6, chasing the other knight? Then the knight will go to e5, and after black's knight go to d7, knight d3 from white, and this is refusing totally the knight exchange. Anyways, we had queen c7 and g3 now. e5, getting rid of the weaknesses, and this is the best move for black at this position. d takes e5, knight takes e5, and now a typical move that we saw in Morozovich-Kramnik game in this series. Black's choice was knight fd7. Let's see, rook d8, attacking the queen. White, of course, cannot play an in-between move, because something like bishop takes e5, attacking the queen, then this comes with check, and the queen will go to c8. And after the smoke clears, we will have black playing with a queen against a rook and a knight. Maybe white will prolong the fight, but it's lost. So we don't have bishop takes e5 after rook d8, but queen to b3. And this is also seen in other games. It's considered as a main variation. And now knight fd7. Knight takes knight on e5, and maybe bishop to g2. And black cannot play the obvious bishop to e6, because bishop to e6 may fall into bishop takes e5, queen takes e5, queen takes b7, and now bishop to c5 is slow, because I will show you the other variation where bishop to c5 is not as slow as this move. This is coming with check, bishop d7 and queen to e4, and this is forcing the queen's exchange, and it will come with an attack. White is quick. So after bishop to g2, maybe bishop to c5 now is faster for black, and in this variation white wins 2 pawns and black wins activity and maybe initiative. Queen is attacked again, exchange of queens, and black will have the initiative, will be the one asking white to respond and maybe win the a4 pawn and march his pawn. So black is fine, white slightly better, but positionally it's very good for black. Anyways, let's go back to the game. We had, instead of rook d8, we had knight fd7, and black here wants to castle queen side. Okay, bishop g2 and g5, a new move in this series. And this is of course attacking the bishop. Where is the bishop going? Maybe taking the knight, or maybe white has other ideas, such as knight e3. This is attacking the bishop. If the bishop moves, then bishop can take on g5 safely, and forbids black from castling queenside. Therefore g takes f4, knight takes f5, and black castled. The threat is knight move to c5, and white has to answer to black. So queen c2, king b8, white castles, not taking the pawn, and f takes g3, h takes g3, and a natural move h5. Black's idea, he wants to open the h and g file and attack on the undefended white king, or poorly defended white king for the moment. e3 comes now, and knight goes to f6. Rook fd1, rook e8, refusing to exchange rooks. Maybe white's now is controlling the d-file totally. Rook ac1, white just regrouping his pieces and getting ready to attack the poor king on the queen side. Now the queen side castling seemed embarrassing for black. All the pieces are on the king side trying to generate an attack while the only defender is the queen. Knight e g4 now, and knight to b5. White doesn't care. White attacks black's undefended king, and he's faster. He's a lot faster than black's attack. Let's see. Queen b6. Of course, this is attacking the queen. Pawn cannot take, and if pawn take, then the queen is gone. So queen to b6, and now knight b d4. Maybe an engine would suggest something like queen d2 or even b4, but we have a natural knight b d4. Now the knight is attacked and was moved, and we had rook e5. And if you want to pause the video and see for yourself what would you do with the white pieces, go on. White played queen to d3. What about something immediate like knight takes c6? This is perhaps the best move. And after b takes c6, knight d4. After rook c5, maybe attacking the queen, maybe knight takes c6, and queen takes, bishop takes, rook takes, and rook takes c2. And white is better, but white here played queen to d3, maybe delaying this move a bit, and bishop to c5 was played. And now white played an amazing move. This is just brilliant. I would never think of a move like that, and that is a5, attacking the queen, maybe forcing the queen to take. Queen takes a5, and now b4. Wow. What about maybe a better move, knight b3, knight takes f2, maybe this is a desperado. King takes f2, rook takes f5, check, king e2, and black is losing a piece. So we had b4, and this is a good move too. Bishop takes b4, and now white had cleared the files and started his awesome attack, attacking the queen, the rook, and the king. So pawn must take, and now knight to d4. Same threat, exact threat, so it's gotta be defended. Not taking the rook now on a6, but taking on c6. Rook is forced to take, and rook takes rook. Knight to e5, attacking the rook and the queen. Queen to c2, and the rook was not taken because of then queen takes c6, and the threat is either b7 or a8, and it's unavoidable. The rook on d1 is an awesome rook, so black tried here knight f d7, maybe bringing a knight closer. Generally it feels safer for black, but rook c4 now, and giving the knight another rook. Knight takes c4, rook takes d7, and black here collapsed, played queen to c5, too many threats. But after queen to e4, black resigned. a8 is a threat, b7 is a threat, and black king cannot go anywhere else. So black resigned. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye for now.